Hello everyone. Can you guys hear me? I hope everyone can hear me. We're gonna have a very cool small show. I wanted to show you this first. We are at the state of gaming. My name is Emmett. I have a bachelor's in video game development, and what I'm gonna be doing today, we're gonna go ahead and talk directly about two games. I hope everybody likes these two games. If you don't know them, don't like them, it's fine. In fact, one of those games we can't even play yet. It's not out. We don't know anything about it. So let's go ahead, show my camera real quick. And this is the state of gaming. Hope everybody's doing okay. So what are these two games? Well, these two games are pretty easy. The first one is called Katana Zero. It's a game from 2019. It was released in 2019. It has a DLC that is supposed to be free coming. We don't even know if it's gonna come or not, but that's what it says. And the other one, it's a classic, called classic at this point, and it's called Silksong. So the second one is obviously the second game of a series that's called Hollow Knight. In this case, this is gonna be Silksong, and what I'm gonna try to do is tell you about these two games. We're gonna talk a little bit about what is their delays, what is being going on, and where things are going. And after that, I will go ahead, open a small panel so everybody can go ahead and talk a little bit. We're gonna talk a little bit about that later on. So, oh, look at that. I was just looking at one of the developers. Well, so the first one is called, as I said, Katana Zero. And this one, it's a very good game. It has, it's a very short game. It has about 7 hours, 6 hours of gameplay that you can actually play. You can go around through it very easily. It's the way that they made the game. It's very good. And what I want to talk about is how good the game is. Like, look at this: 98% of positive reviews in Steam. That is, like, I guess like 1% of games. How about overwhelmingly? This is one of those. If you've never played it, I would 100 recommend you to play it. The revenue that we think it got is about $20 million. So he made about $10 million, kind of. The game was started in 2013 when he was in university, and he actually got about $50,000 to make the game. And he had a small studio, and he was working in other stuff while he was working on the game, so he can supplement it. This is The game itself is extremely good, and what I want to talk about this game is they announced at the beginning of the year a new deal. Well, not a new DLC. They've said that they were working on a DLC like 4 years ago, and they announced that they were almost done with the DLC at the beginning of the year. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't think it's gonna come out this year. I am pretty sure that the DLC for this game it's gonna be probably you can probably find it next year. So to all of you that have played Katana Zero, I am a little bit. I'm sorry to disappoint you, but that is that is the truth. Yeah. Well, it's not as Corey. I'm gonna have to answer that. I'm not as good as Grunk but I was just like trying to find an overview real quick of a developer, and it was easier that way. So yeah, the developer is ASCIIsoft. It's one dude is making it. He had a couple of other projects, but this is his big project. And in truthness, it's a very good game. If you want, later on we can get a little bit of gameplay on. I have the game obviously, so we can just do it. But now I'm gonna go ahead and move to the second game that we're gonna talk about in this intro. The second game is this beauty right here. I wonder how many of you have seen, uh, are waiting for Silksong. Silksong comes after Hollow Knight. It's a very good game. It was supposed to be a DLC from Team Cherry. Team Cherry is another 2013 development company. The game started. It was called Grounded Night, I believe, and they made like a demo for a game jam, and they got enough money. They got like 50,000 Australian money, which is like 5 pesos, but it doesn't matter because it's Fantasyland. It doesn't exist anyway. So the point of the game, what they made was they made this demo. They put it out, and people really like it. They got like 50,000 bucks, and they started working on it. And the estimations for how much money Hollow Knight made it varies, but it's about people think that it's about uh, 30 to 50 million dollars. That's like the estimations of how much they're making. But this game is the most wish listed game in all of Steam, and they've been waiting it for years at this point. And oddly enough, we have another announcement at the beginning of this year. When the Switch 2 was set to be released, they made an announcement that Hollow Knight was to be released this year. And once again, I am very sorry to disappoint all of you, but that's not gonna happen. 100%. I am sure that both of these are probably gonna come out next year. So it's very likely that next year we're probably gonna have the DLC for Katana Zero, and I think at the second quarter, probably middle of the year, we might start getting at least date for the game to be announced. At the moment, we don't have a date, and everybody's been loving, like everybody's incredibly happy for the game, but we don't know if the game is gonna come out or not. So those are the two topics I want to talk about. There's a lot of cool little things that we can see in this, specifically on that page. I also like this page a lot because you can find like estimates of how much they made, how much they sold. If I go to, for example, Hollow Knight, I can get an idea of how much the game sold. Yeah, about 7 million. It's the gross. They made about half of these, probably about $30 million. But it's the amount of money that has allowed them to spend so much time into. They spent so much time, but they've been able to do it because of that amount of money that they've made into Silksong, and not having to get problems or not really rush the game or anything like that we all know. You would think so, Scott, but it's complicated. Video game companies need a lot of money to make games, and most of the time you don't get that amount of money, and you do have a lot of politics and things involved, because a lot of people that you need are either, some of them are going to be artists, which are infected with leftism, and the other half are coders, which are infected with leftism. So you're gonna have to understand that it's a very complicated industry. So, what do you guys think? You have any questions about these two games before we move to the open panel, or just open the open panel? Uh, there obviously there are some games that are very very good, or that get just picked by the algorithm, and you can get them. Like, we all know these stories. There's a story of Balatro, There's obviously a Schedule 1 right now. Celeste did really good. It was a very small team, and they made millions. Hollow Knight can either be considered to be one of those. Katana Zero is one of those, but I think like 2% of games have over 1,000 reviews in Steam, and that is like considered to be a point in which one game can be considered to be successful. So most games, even if you spend a lot of time or a lot of time, you're not gonna get it. Hello K2, welcome everybody. I did like that, yes. I enjoy that. So what I was gonna do is I was gonna I was gonna try to do these in StreamYard like everybody else, but StreamYard didn't allow me to share my amazing artwork without paying. And since I didn't want to do it, I was just gonna go ahead and start use Streamlabs instead. Um, this is the only time I will listen to UK2, but I hope it's better now. So yeah, I'm not the super artist, but I spent some time my making my own stuff, so I want to show it off. And I think I'm just gonna go ahead, put the link to my Discord right now. This is a little bit scuffed because I thought I was gonna use StreamYard, but I can't. So I'm just gonna put the graphics, put a link to the Discord, and whoever wants to come in will probably come in. I know all of you. If we get anybody that shouldn't be here, I will probably get them out immediately. Scott, I don't know if you want to, but if you want, if you can, do you think you can moderate the chat for a little bit while everything works out? Like, you obviously don't have to stay all the time. If you need to go, it's fine. Just in case anybody comes in and decides to troll or anything. And yeah, let me go ahead and put this, get it on. Perfect. Yeah, make sure to give me a like if you like it. If you don't like it, you can always tell me in the chat. I might need just a tiny bit of time to set the stream, set the source so we can hear everybody for the Discord. And I'm gonna get a Discord too. Hey, lower class, can you hear me? Okay, give me just a moment so I can set this up real quick for the stream. It's my first stream, so it's scuffed, but it'll get there at some point. Okay, screen, I think it should be screen. . Oh, wait. Alright. Wait a minute, no, it's not screen. Just one more moment. Done. It's window. Okay. Okay. I think it should be working now. Can you hear? Oh, yeah. Alright, they should be able to hear you now. Yeah, the stories, the scuffness is part of this.
Dude,
You
this
like it?
this is all part of it, man. You're gonna as you continue to do this and keep doing this consistently, you're gonna learn all the shit and learn how to like preempt a lot of different things, so you can get things set up to where, like, okay, I want to move into this and I want to do this. Boom, it's done, right? You'll get used to it, man. It's okay, bro. You're doing good, man.
Thank you, thank you. Oh, I was hoping that I could just share my video from Discord directly, but apparently it doesn't want to. Okay, yeah. So, have you ever played either of those? Have you ever played Katana, or have you ever played? Well, have you ever played Hollow Knight? Obviously, we cannot play
Yeah. I
Silksong.
played Hollow Knight back in the day. I never played Katana Zero, but it was interesting to see they did 2 million copies sold. I've never even
Yeah,
heard of that game.
it's an
That's pretty
incredible game.
successful for an indie dev.
Yeah, it's a very successful game. I don't know. I saw it in some random server at some point, and I thought it looked pretty good, so I wanted to play it, and I just downloaded. I just bought it, play it, and I loved it. It's a very cool. It's a very cool game.
Oh yeah, 100%. The game that I've been kind of playing recently has been Marvel Rivals. Well, like I played it when it first came out,
Hmm.
but uh I'm just getting back into it recently. That's a good one. I don't know if you ever played that.
I saw it play. I don't play extraction shooters, not because I don't think they're cool. I played Overwatch, and it's been the game I suck at the most in my entire life. And I was like, I can't do this again. I can't do this
Oh,
to me again.
you say you're more of an extraction shooter kind of guy?
No. Sorry. They're not
Oh,
called
hero shooter.
extraction shooter. Yeah, the hero shooter, the team shooter idea from like Overwatch.
Oh yeah.
I can't do it. It's bad. I'm bad at it. I'm really bad at
No,
it.
bro, I get it. I get it 100%. Yeah. So hero shooters I'm good at, extraction shooters I'm okay at. Uh like one series of games that I really liked and I was really into was the Destiny series. Which was, always been a big Bungie fan until recently cuz they got super fucking political and completely ruined what they had going with um Halo and everything. I mean, they were like the pioneers of the first person shooter genre, and they completely destroyed that so they can like kowtow to trans people and any kind of left leaning ideology. Pathetic, dude.
Yeah. Corey, no, there are. Um, One of them is a Metroidvania, so Silksong is supposed to be a Metroidvania, and I would say that Katana Zero is a like an action um, platformer, like an actual platformer with story. It's a little bit weird. You have bosses and stuff. I can probably show a little bit of the gameplay if you want me to a little bit later.
Yeah, that'd be sweet, dude. You should definitely do that.
Yeah.
My computer isn't good enough to stream and it's not
And
good enough
play.
to stream and play video games at the same time. Yeah, I tried doing that last week and it just didn't work out well enough.
Well,
for
you
me.
were playing, what is this name? Marvel Rivals, which is a very intensive game. You can probably do it with lower end games. I love indie games,
That's fair.
so there's a lot of indie games that I really like.
Yeah, that's where I got my start streaming was game streaming. But I was streaming Destiny and Apex. Which I don't know if you play any like FPS kind of games, but that was my love for a while there.
I've played some. I like to play some, but I play mostly like single player games and stuff like that. I might later on get into, if I keep on doing this, I may have like the show. The show is probably gonna be on Thursday. This is just I wanted to do it last Thursday. I couldn't do it. I was like, okay, I have to start. I have to do it at some point, and I decided Monday. But I
Yeah, it's worth a
probably,
shot.
if I probably keep on streaming these, I'll probably do some developing streams or just drawing streams or stuff like that, or just gameplay streams. Okay, so I'm gonna move this a little bit, and the reason why is because I'm gonna put a little bit of Katana on the screen.
There you go.
So we can see the game. Uh-oh. I should have probably had that ready, right?
Did you ever play Undertale?
I have it. I've not played it. It's been a while since I've had it.
See, I've never played that game. I know everyone like sings its praise.
Yeah, everybody's. You know what? I'm gonna just go ahead and put the game up. We're gonna be talking in the back. That's what we're gonna do real quick.
100%, dude.
The only problem. So one of the things I really like about it is the story. It's a very little cool story, and the environment. The environments look pretty awesome.
Yeah, when they nail all those things, story, gameplay, and environment, like when you nail all those things, you have a really good game. Even if it's not like 100% flawless kind of a game. I would say a good testament of that is like Red Dead Redemption 2, right? Like there were flaws in it, but they really did the environment, the gameplay, and everything else.
Yep. It's been a while. It might take a little while. I'm gonna make this guy mad. for everybody, if anybody has played it and has not passed it, if you do this and just make this guy mad, you get an extra boss. It's pretty cool. A hidden boss.
This is Katana Zero?
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, Scott. I just saw that comment that you said earlier. Yeah, I will say, you know, a big thing with that was the fucking Sweet Baby Inc., dude. Like, that was, you know, BlackRock, Vanguard, State Street, all that, all those big investment firms. That was their branch off into trying to establish their ESG, DEI bullshit in the video gaming industry, and it's fucking ruined games, right? That's why, like, the last few Marvel's games that have been released in America from American studios have been trash, and why Marvel Rivals has completely, like, taken over the market and still has hundreds of thousands of people playing it at one time. It's insane, dude.
So I prefer to play it with a controller. It's way better with a controller. Still don't have one right now. But yeah, it's a pretty cool game.
I'll definitely give it a shot. I'm an M&K guy through and through, man. I'm a real deal noity boy, you know. You play any of Rockstar's games?
Like, yeah.
Rockstar's fantastic, dude. Red Dead Redemption 2 is one of my favorite games ever released.
I want to buy Red Dead Redemption. I haven't got it yet.
I love it, bro. By far one of my favorite games ever released. Ooh. Sorry, I'm sneezing.
Yeah.
So what's the plot of Katana Zero?
So the whole point, I'm gonna remove it. We can play. We'll just talk about it. The whole point of Katana Zero is you're like some kind of experiment, and the dude is some kind of experiment that can rewind time. So they made these so that the they made it so that the soldiers will not die in battle, pretty much.
Yeah.
And that way you can have a bunch of. That way you could just have a. Am I doing this wrong? I think I'm doing this way. Okay. So it's a little bit confusing. The story's not done yet. You're this character. You're getting like calls from from like a psychologist that's telling you to go ahead and do some missions, and in the missions you have to kill or not kill people depending on the mission.
Yeah.
Well, usually have to kill someone, but it depends. The game is really really cool, and during the game there is this like child that goes into your house, well, that lives next to you, and she disappears. And at some point, the main character is trying to find who this little girl is, while fulfilling the missions from this like psychologist thing. And you go to a point in which you have like a choice. You either like die and prevent like a lot of death, or you become like death and you're gonna kill a lot of people.
Okay.
And then at the end, at the end it's a little bit open because you don't know what happens, right? We're waiting for the DLC to actually know what is the end of the game and to know what is the full story of it. But the bosses are awesome. They're really really cool. The story in general is really really cool. I would say it's not for kids, so keep your kids safe. Like
Yeah,
little
yeah.
kids, keep them safe. But all in all, it's a very awesome game. It's very well done. The atmosphere is really nice, and the music is really cool too. So all of it's really good.
We give the
Um,
shot. How much is it?
15 bucks.
Really?
Yeah, and the DLC is free. So you're not gonna you don't have to pay for the DLC. You just gotta play the game. It's one of
Definitely give it a
those
shot.
cool little things that it's one of those cool games come out, and I would pay for the DLC 100%. I really like it. It's a great game. I might actually like get a controller and play it maybe another time. Just make a chill stream while playing the game. That would be fun.
What kind of controller you use, bro?
Right now I have a PS4 controller, and before
Okay.
that I had a Game Seer.
Okay. Okay. My favorite controller that I was using for a while there was it was the Razer Raiju. I don't know if you ever utilized any of those, but it was a paddle controller, especially for games like Destiny, where it's like 4-dimensional or 3-dimensional movement. Where you're going up, shooting from up, like being able to take advantage of, you know, all different dimensions when it comes to, like taking a higher vantage point, or jumping over somebody, or literally teleporting above someone and shooting them. All those things come into play. Having that ability to jump and aim and shoot and do whatever you need to at the same time really comes in handy. So
Yeah,
that was one of the things for me, especially back when, like, I was kind of in my wannabe e-gaming league stage when I was younger.
yeah, I totally get it. I just saw the controller. It's a pretty cool controller. So you could actually
Yeah, it's
use
good stuff, dude.
the other ones to like shoot or that. Yeah, because you have two triggers, right? For what I see.
Yes, yeah. So it's two triggers, two buttons up top, and then there's two paddle buttons on the back of the controller
Mm-hmm.
for, like, your pinky ring and middle finger. So that way there's just kind of a lot of accessibility, and you can map the two paddles into be whatever button you want them to be. So, like, let's say I wanted to jump, but I don't want to take my finger off the right thumbstick. I can map that back right to my jump, and that way I can jump and aim at the same time. Just helps for kind of like multitasking when it comes to, any of those.
Yeah. Does anybody else wants to come into to Discord, chat a little bit? Maybe tell us a little bit about your games, the games that you like. Yes, the PS4 really. Um, the one game I've been using it a lot on, it's been Stellar Blade, and it worked perfectly fine. It was really really good. And then I tried it for I also tried it for Expedition 33. Great game, also very good game. And it worked perfectly fine too. Yeah, I can just post it again. I think if anyone wants to come up for a little bit, I would recommend it, Abe. Um, I would really recommend you to go ahead and get the game. It's really good. Um, it's not that long right now. As I said, it's like 7 hours. The DLC is supposed to be around 1.5 times bigger than the base game. Um, so we're just waiting for it. I think the game didn't explode more. That didn't become a bigger hit because the story is not like done. I didn't play with the keyboard, um, Mister. I don't remember why. I just didn't do it. But I one of my I the game is really good. I just sometimes like with my RPGs to be able to take hits, and it's kind of annoying that you have to be I have to be playing Dark Souls while playing an RPG. You know, that's the only complaint I have for Expedition 33. Why is there a Dark Souls in my RPG? But it's a very
See, I
cool
haven't I
game.
haven't played Expedition 33.
It's a great game. The first hour of the game is incredible. Like it's probably a 10 out of 10 experience.
See, I've heard, and from what I've seen, it looks like the old Final Fantasy, like turn-based RPG battle kind of games, you
Hmm.
know. But I've definitely been interested to see like how exactly that translates into the kind of game that they've made it into. It looks fun, you know. There's a bunch of streamers who are really involved in it, so
Yeah, there's a lot of people that really liked it. I think it's probably one of the best intros to a game I've had. Um, there are some problems with it, obviously. It's not perfect. But as a game, it's an incredible game. It's really, really good. French Final Fantasy. Yeah, it is French Final Fantasy. It is funny to see. I will also commend them because they destroyed Paris. So I'm like, ah, cool. I haven't played it all, but yeah. As I said, the other thing that I really enjoyed about Expedition 33, out of the idea of the gameplay perspective, in the development perspective, it was done by 50 people. I think the whole team is like 50 people, and it really tells you that there's a lot of bloating in the development teams at the moment, um, and that's creating problems for the developments. And I think it has to do with a lot of hirings, like a lot of diversity hirings. So
yeah,
yeah, it's
no, that's for sure, bro.
like I don't think games, especially now that we're pretty much just buying digitally, I don't think games should be as expensive as they are. Even if I like think some games deserve to be expensive, right?
Well, so like a big issue with all that, right? And I will say, you know, this is just from an outsider's perspective. I don't know, but it seems like they spend way too much money on the production of the game, and a lot of that gets wasted. Like, you know, that's what lefty people are typically like known for, is wasting the fuck out of money, and they waste a bunch of money, and they get a lot of this money brought in from big investment firms like, you know, BlackRock and Vanguard for this ESG, to hire on a bunch of people who, you know, identify as trans and black folks, and they want to make sure
Mm-hmm.
everyone has equal representation or some dumb bullshit like that. And they also have to like navigate different safeguards when it comes to, you know, like what do they support environmentally, which way are they like trying to direct their customer base to vote, and all this, like all that plays into effect. That's where Sweet Baby Inc really comes in, man. Is like they're a consultancy agency, and their entire model revolves around what political affiliation they have, right? That's what all of it comes down to. And they spend a lot of money on these things, marketing themselves in a specific way, so people will think a certain thing about them. All this bullshit, and then by the time the game comes out, they didn't spend enough time actually working on the game. They spent more time on political messaging, and then by the time the game comes out, no one gives a fuck about the actual product itself because it's trash, man. So they did their thing to get their investment money, but they didn't get any like product money from actually selling the game because no one wants anything to do with it.
Yeah, I remember that time we were with Yes and we are talking about it. And one of the first things I learned from game people that are whistleblowers from the gaming companies that they were literally either selling the ESG the ESRG the score for the game, like if it's a E for everyone, T for teen, M for
Yeah,
mature.
ESRB. Yeah.
Yeah, the ESRB, sorry. Correct. They were selling that, and they were tying that kind of those those ratings to whether or not you implemented like any kind of diversity. And the reason why they were doing it is because like the e games get a lot more funding because people think they can make more money out of them. So all of it was tied up to funding from like BlackRock and all these places. So all of they were just doing it to get people in the gaming industry to pretty much implement diversity quotas and all of that. It sucks. It's a very bad thing. Yeah. So I understand
All
why
it does
a
is
lot of
hold
games right
society
now
back.
have a bunch of that. I get it.
All it does is hold society back, man. It doesn't do anything good for anybody.
It will never do anything good for anybody, no.
Nope, sure won't. That's the
Uh,
beauty of the individualist capitalists like us, man. Like when you're not basing your legislation by group, and you let the market work itself out, not boosting other people up, man, things start to flourish. That's how we got, you know, space travel, airplanes. It's how we got, you know, the way that we make steel in America that makes our steel so much better than everywhere else in the world. I mean, the list goes on ad infinitum. So, you know, um,
yeah.
it's
Uh,
unfortunate that we're reaching this point where people need to stick their fucking slimy fingers into the market and try to manipulate things
I think Tweaker
because all it does
left.
is hold
I
things
was
back.
hoping he would join us for a moment. So,
Who?
Tweaker, he said he's learning coding from Radical Coder. It's a little bit weird.
Hey, yeah, everyone's got their own thing, man.
You know what is another problem with the gaming industry that nobody wants to talk about? The other problem is copyright. There's a lot of problems with copyright. Um, like there are hundreds of stories of people getting mad for the usage of a word or things like that. So yeah, you can get in trouble if you start using. I think Cataclysm was the Blizzard wanted to use Cataclysm only for the expansion in World of Warcraft,
Yeah.
and they went out and sue a bunch of people because they didn't want their games to have the word Cataclysm on them.
Are you
Bec-
serious?
yeah, there's this game that's called Homeworld Emergence. That's the name right now, but the true name of the game was Homeworld Cataclysm, and they changed it because Blizzard got mad and sued them.
Dude,
Yeah,
that's pathetic.
it is kind of it is pathetic. Yeah.
Yeah. I just don't. I don't have any.
The
That
other
stuff just
one that
makes.
is the one that is newer is the Pokemon one with Palworld. That they
Yeah.
that is I can't I can't believe they won this lawsuit. So the game Palworld comes out, and then everybody thought they were gonna get sued by Nintendo, but they were gonna get sued on the implementation of the Pokemons, right?
Yeah.
Like you can see pretty much the Pokemons in their pals. They look kind of the same, not the same, but kind of the same.
Yeah.
No, what they did is after the game came out, months later, they put on like three or four copy, like registered like three or four different mechanics for the game, and they decided that after the registration of those mechanics, they were gonna sue Palworld for the mechanics they implemented before they even have the patent, and they won. And it's like, what is wrong with this? It makes no sense. No, they already sued them. They already won. They changed a lot of mechanics in Palworld. Not long ago, by the way. And all of this is in Japan because Palworld is a Japanese game studio.
So
The
did Pokemon
owners,
win?
yeah, Pokemon won. They made them
Wow, that's
change a bunch of
crazy.
stuff, and I think they probably got a got kind of a settlement or something. Pocket Pair is the developer.
That's insane, dude. I know that was a like kind of a point of contention where people were kind of talking about that for a little bit, but I didn't know that like actually became a thing.
Yeah, it is a thing. I don't think. Well, Nintendo has a very interesting history that a lot of people don't know. I thought it was like a company that came out in the 70s. It's a company from the 1890s or something like that. It's a very old company in Japan, and they have
What
a
did they
bunch
do?
of ties. They sold card games.
Wow.
They sold. There's a very old kind of like the same kind of cards that we have for um, oh lord, I'm drawing a blank for all of a sudden. Uh, like solitaire, like those kind of cards. They have something similar in Japan, and they have like illustrations and stuff like that. And the Nintendo started selling those at first. That was like the first thing they did, and then they moved into other kind of games all the way to the point that they became like a video game industry. But it's a very old company, and they have a lot of ties to the Japanese government and Japanese officials, and I think they've never lost a lawsuit in Japan. Never. So
That's crazy. What's one of their oldest companies?
yeah, but it is crazy though. Yeah, they said that the Pokeball system was pretty much theirs, so they had to change that. That you cannot
See,
use
I
any of
never
the
played Pal World,
spears.
so I never saw exactly like how it was ripping off. I mean, I always heard that, right? So, you know, hearing that, like it makes sense that they probably did take a bunch of IP away from Pokemon and just make that.
Yeah. If
See, I
anybody,
was I was a Pokemon fan back in like the red and blue days, but I never really got got too far into it after that. My family didn't have enough money to.
well, this the other thing. I think. Hey Tweaker, wanna come up? Wanna tell us why it was bad? Yes, the Pokemon has a big problem, and the big problem of Pokemon is that they for some reason they just won't will not give us a good Pokemon game. And the most frustrating part is that Game Freak, which is the parent company, is now making a Dark Souls clone. That they're spending a ton of money and effort into it. I don't remember
They're
the
making it
name
Souls
at the
like.
moment. Let me.
Hello, guys.
What up?
What up, Tweaker?
What's up, Emmett? What's up,
How you
man?
doing?
Sorry, I was on the call with my daughter. I was watching, but I couldn't talk that much. My daughter surprised me. So
Oh, you're good, bro.
you guys started talking about Power Worlds. I was like, well, this is a topic I am very well versed in. I've got like 670 hours in that game.
Oh shit! So you know?
E-
See, I've never played Pal World.
Power Worlds is what Pokemon should have become in
Yes.
modern day. Pokemon had a chance to really thrive, and it wanted to capitalize on how much they could make rather than how many memories they could make, like when we were kids. And then that's the
Yeah.
thing about it. It's really unfortunate is that it used to be about the memories. It used to be about the game. It used to be about the story. And now it's kind of about let's make it look prettier. Let's make it thousands of hours to find an extra shiny with one IV that's better than the like. It's they kind of made Pokemon more of a job and less like pleasure, you know?
Got it. Yeah.
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 They
Lots
skipped
of
out on the original formula that made Game Freak successful with Pokemon, and the Pokemon Company entirely, or whatever, Niantic, the company that like did all of it to begin with, both of them. It's silly to see what they did because Power Worlds was so good because you could do like what the thing was saying. You could like slaughter people, you could capture them and make them do your bidding, like human beings, not just Pokemon. Like it's so great. It's so
Oh
great.
wow.
Yeah, it's so great.
Yeah, that's completely different from Pokemon.
Yeah, there's a lot of things like okay, so the little spheres are similar, right? They're similar in the sense that they're like Pokeballs. It's the same kind of concept, but Pokemon's not the only one that has used some kind of spherical orb or something to capture things. Final Fantasy's done it. Several other games similar to Final Fantasy in those series have done it. I don't know if you guys are very familiar with the turn-based RPG games
Oh, dude, Final
genre.
Fantasy was my fucking game back in the
Well, they
day.
have a lot of think about it. There's a lot of things where you can capture like the cactars and stuff like that. Like there was a lot of like the subgenres of Final Fantasy games where you could do things like that, where they added mechanics in that were very similar to that. And just because they used a capsule, that was their way of distinguishing it from something different. It's kind of similar to like, I mean, if you really wanted to go granular with it, you can go back to Morrowind. Morrowind used to use the soul gems like Pokeballs. Like
Yeah.
legitimately, like very similarly to that, where you capture them in there. Obviously, you wouldn't reuse them for the same purpose, but they tried to claim to Power Worlds as in part of their lawsuit that any capturing of a thing with a spherical, like they tried to use that as like, okay, well, there's several games that have done just that. Like I don't know,
Yeah,
they're just mad at the success.
yeah, yeah. It is. It is. It was
Good
kind of
point.
frustrating to see them win. I really don't understand what was the, how could they even win the lawsuit? That makes no sense to me. But but yeah,
Because
that's what
the
money
amount of
does.
money they have.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
gonna
it's the
say
amount of
that's
money
what
they have.
money does.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because I didn't even know you were someone who studied game development. So it's
Yeah,
very interesting to know.
I studied the art, the design and the art part more than the other side. So I know a
Oh.
lot about 3D. I know a lot about video editing. I know a lot about drawing and color palettes and all of that crap. Um, I don't. So I don't like. I can code. I don't like coding much, and I don't do it much. But I do the design of games. That's what I'm good
Yeah.
at.
Yeah. No, and that's the thing about it is it's nice to have something to fall back on. Like I don't play games like I used to. Um I kind of miss them a little bit, but I was a huge Escape from Tarkov guy. And once I started realizing how many people were just using cheats, like how many people were just at mass, most of my pleasure in gaming just kind of dropped off. Like I kind of just now don't even really care for them as much anymore.
Well, there's a lot of people that have said the same thing. I think it's reasonable. Like it makes sense that you will lose a lot of,
Yeah.
yeah. But
Passion.
a lot of power. Yeah, it's kind of normal in multiplayer online games that happens. There's a lot of people that just do it,
How
and
old are you, Emmett?
do it. I'm old. I'm older than you think.
No, I'm asking how old you are. I'm 34, so I'm just trying to gauge like our generational gap.
Yeah, I'm 36. So I'm
Okay,
I'm
so same generation. So yeah, I mean, then you should remember there was a time where cheaters were not abundant. Cheaters were very rare. Finding a cheater was very, very rare in a first-person shooter game. That's why I'm saying like now, it's finding a team of legit players is harder than finding cheaters.
yeah.
Well, it was the start of the cheating thing was when online games moved into the PC sphere.
Sure, but I mean, oh, to be fair, online games were on the PC sphere for a long time. You got to think Counter-Strike Source. I used to play Source for many, many, many years, and cheating was still
Yeah.
not as robust.
Yeah, Source that's old
Yeah.
school, bro.
I know. Trust me, I'm. I used to play a lot of old school games. They're my
Yeah,
shit.
yeah.
Yeah.
See,
Before. Oh, go ahead.
I didn't get into PC gaming until just a few years ago. I was
Okay.
console only, and it's a lot harder to cheat on a console than it is.
Yeah. I was an
I'm not
Xbox
saying
player.
it's impossible. Yeah.
Yeah, I played Xbox. I had 190,000 gamer score or something before I quit playing Xbox and switched to PC.
Oh shit. Hell yeah,
Yeah,
dude.
yeah. So I switched to PC right around the time, I would say, League of Legends was the most popular game, and Smite was just like really really popular. Smite was huge at that time. Like it's not big anymore. It's pretty much a dead game at this point. But there was a point where it had a pretty big a pretty big esports and a pretty big fan base. It was pretty big, and that's when I switched to PC because I was playing competitively in that game, and then I lost interest because I had kids. So
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think maybe it's because it's now. There's a time, for example, I play a lot of League of Legends, so there was a time in League of Legends that it was not um,
no.
as usual. Like you will normally see people trying to just play the game, but yeah, there have been moments in time where cheaters have become a lot more normalized. And I think it has to do with technology and how technology has affected gaming at the same time. Because in RuneScape, for example, there have been cheaters or ways to do
Otters,
repetitive tasks
bots.
easier. Yeah, bots.
Yeah.
I'll ask real quick. Scott, is this better? I hope it is better.
You sound great.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, yeah. You're coming through fucking loud and clear, bro.
Yeah, you sound
Okay.
great.
Okay.
Yeah, RuneScape was a big one for me too. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. RuneScape was huge in cheaters. It was a massive problem for a long time, and it still is, obviously. But the game is a completely different game, so it doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah, I mean, it's still the fact that they had to go back to RuneScape, like old school RuneScape, which is pretty much RuneScape Classic, for people to like RuneScape tells you a lot about the gaming industry right now.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
what are we
It's not
doing? Where are we
RuneScape
going?
Classic. RuneScape Classic is the old style, the fucking the flat, like it was the old style. The after the mud, they had a mud and then they had classic, and this is old school RuneScape. This is the original RuneScape, which is called RuneScape 2. Um, so the one that's
Yeah.
currently out, that's like the classic version, is what we had when we were kids. The old version still existed, but the newer version was what's now called old school RuneScape. But yeah, I
Yeah.
get what you're saying, because that was the better version of it. RuneScape 3 is more of a casual environment. It's not catered to the same player base.
So see, all I know is OSRS, the old school RuneScape,
Mm-hmm.
and that was the browser game back in the
Yes,
day.
yes,
Yeah.
but there was
Yeah.
also the other browser game, which most people didn't realize was attached to that same website, because you could click on it and play Classic, which was the original RuneScape
Yeah.
after the mud that the original guys created.
So it
See, I didn't
was
know about that.
yeah. RuneScape deserves its own episode. I'll make it at some point. We're gonna talk about RuneScape at some point. But yeah, we're gonna
Yeah, I
let
would
it.
love to
Dude,
be
if
on
you
that
guys still
episode.
play,
I've got a lot.
fucking add me. Let's go.
Dude, I'm telling you, hey, I was there. Hey, I was there on Doomsday when I lost 4 party hats and probably I lost a lifetime of gold and money in that game because of the Falador massacre, as people call it. I call it Doomsday. But
Oh, you were
yeah,
part of the
there's.
Falador massacre.
Oh, I was a part of the yes,
Oh my
and I was
god.
rich and I lost a lot, dude. I'm telling you, I want to be in on that episode. I was friends with Zezima for a very, very long time. I still sometimes talk to him. He didn't bought his account. He didn't cheat. Like I knew him. He was he was a no
Well,
lifer.
Zezima is a legend. It's a legendary
Yeah.
figure in RuneScape. I saw him once when I started playing again. Everybody was like, "Oh, Zezima's here! Zezima's here!"
Yeah, I was a PKer for him. I was one of his slayers. I was a mage pure, and I used to go in the wilderness and a farm for him. And as a result, I'd get a lot of benefit. You know, he paid me good for killing people that he wanted dead. Even if I didn't give him any of the loot, he paid it. He didn't care because he didn't want his name attached to anything. He didn't want his name out there like that. So, the guy was an enigma. Like he was definitely cool as heck though. I gotta give him that
Yeah, it's cool.
in a nerdy way.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna talk much about the stories. I'm gonna talk more about the recent controversies probably, and about how they're making how how much money they're making and stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah.
There's a lot of money that you can make in an MMO, but at the same time there's a lot of investment you have to make to get an MMO running. I don't
Well,
think
MMO is
there's
kind of a
been
dead
an
genre now.
yeah, I was gonna say I don't think there's been an MMO that has come out in the past 10 years that has been really successful.
The one Amazon made was supposed to be good, and then it flopped.
Hey
You-
Scott, sorry I missed your comments up there. I apologize, dude. I was playing Rivals, so I was not keeping tabs on chat. But I'm glad everything got figured out.
yeah, I'm checking chat and I'm trying to be good with my channel at the same time, you know.
No, 100%.
Taking
100%.
taking
Hey boys,
that out.
give me about 10 minutes. I'll be right back, okay?
Right now?
I'm not gonna dip out, but I'll be right back.
Okay. So so yeah, are you like interested in Silksong, for example? That one of the two games I talked today. Tweaker, you're muted.
Sorry, go ahead. What did you say?
Oh, I was gonna ask you if you're interested in like Katana Zero or in Silksong. Did you ever play Hollow Knight or Katana?
No, I never played them. I've seen them a little bit, but they're not really much of my forte.
Yeah, they're not your kind of game.
No, I mean, back when I used to play games, maybe, but it's been a while since I've really sat down and played a game. I don't really have time to do that anymore. So like, I have a long list of things that I still need to play because I'm somebody that likes to play just about everything. I probably would play them, but I haven't. It's the reality of it. Hollow Knight, though, Hollow Knight I played. Now that I'm thinking about it, I did play Hollow Knight. I just didn't finish it.
Yeah, that's also something happens a lot. There's a lot of people that will either buy a game or and keep it there for a while and say I'm gonna play it later on, and that is I do that a lot because I don't have much time. But damn, I'm gonna be happy when I'm old and I don't have anything to do but play video games because I'm gonna have a bunch of them that I need to play.
Yeah, I have just in things that I've purchased that I have on my list, like Hogwarts Legacy, for instance. I probably have 40 or 50 that I haven't either played or finished.
Hogwarts Legacy was an MMO or was it just a multiplayer game?
It was just no, it was just a single player game.
Is it just single player? I thought it was a
Yeah.
multiplayer or something like that. Because people were just so people were just so mad at that that game. It was funny.
Well, they were mad at it because of the whole woke nonsense and the whole anti-J.K. Rowling shtick. Yeah, it was a big deal because they tried to claim that she was a TERF.
But she's one of them. I don't understand.
No, she's not. She was against it. She was saying women
Oh,
are
she's
women.
no, she's a feminist. She's an absolute feminist.
But what I'm saying is they called her a TERF because she's
Yeah, I
against
know.
the trans ideology.
Yeah,
Which,
I understand.
I mean, again, that's
I
a
get
big
it.
thing. That's a big thing for them.
Yeah, I get it. I understand it, but it's still one of them, you know. You know what I mean? Still one of them.
I mean, I'm not disagreeing. It's just they care more about that. They care more about you following everything than they care about what you do follow.
Yeah, it's like it's dogmatic, you know. You have to do all of the things that they say, or else you are a horrible person that
Exactly.
are horrible and awful and also awful and horrible. That's
Yep, and that's the thing that I had a problem because, like, when I was on that side of the fence, I was spending every waking moment trying to figure out why I wasn't one of them. Right? Like in my head, I'm like, okay, what am I doing wrong? Why am I wrong? Why am I bad? What am I doing evil?
yeah. So I'm gonna read this comment. I think it's very important. It says Scott says I played a lot of the main games out that were for kids. I love playing with my kids, and that is one of the reasons why the whole ESRB um, rating is so important because a lot of people do that. They either buy it for the kids or play with the kids, and they obviously would like to have a way to say if the game is for everyone or it has mature elements or stuff like that. So yeah, that's
Well, you could
why
also
they're
talk
doing
about
it.
the difference between the ratings for movies for kids and the ASRB, which is very, very crazy because when you look at these movies and these shows that have all these, secretly dirty jokes or all these things that you would notice as an adult that you would never notice as a kid, but it's still
Yeah.
rated for kids, that doesn't fly in video games. Not the same way. So I know that they're not judged the same way, if that
They
makes sense.
they're not judged the same way, but like most of the things that they care about, they do care a little bit about the writing and about the ideas in the writing, but most of the things they care about for rating is also tied to blood and to like
Yeah.
violence and
Hmm.
stuff like that. It's very characteristic to see um, blood tied with like a higher rating in video
Yeah, obviously.
games.
Yeah. She was against the main push, but she's a full-blown leftist feminist that got caught up in it their own side.
Yeah.
How does that comment go in with the other?
Oh, it's talking about Rowling. She was against the main push, but she's a full blown leftist feminist that got caught up
Oh,
in it with her own side. Yeah. Because
got it.
Rowling is a full blown, full blown feminist lefty. Seriously, she was she made like 4 or 5 retcons of her own books to feel the feminist agenda, including
Yeah.
um, making Hermione black. Yeah. Because if you don't know, she pushed that. It was funny because she also
I
casted
mean,
Emma Watson. She was the one that casted
yeah.
Emma Watson. So it's interesting that you can just do that kind of stuff.
Well, it's again goes along with that virtue signaling, and it happens in games all the time. I don't like it doesn't. Here's the thing that I hate about it is just because that she did that in my mind, the fact that she's so pro women and anti men being women, that just makes me believe that she wanted to be a feminist for her public image, not for her personal belief. That's my personal thought.
I don't know. That's a big one. Tying it this to the gaming industry, it also you have to be like very careful of the things you're making because we all know a lot of people want to play Harry Potter, and I think they did a good job to it. But at the same time, they got canceled real hard just because they were
Yeah.
like nearby a person that the leftist thing it's like complicated,
Well, I've
right?
only got like 6 hours in Hogwarts Legacy, and like for all intents and purposes, it's still a really good game. Like I don't really care about like the messaging in the sense because I've been paying attention to it. I didn't really find it that problematic. I mean, I understand as a purist because
No,
I'm a Harry Potter fan. I went to every book. I went to every book launch. I did all the things. I've always been a Harry Potter freak, but I played like maybe 6 or 7 hours of it, and I didn't feel it any worse than my original favorite game. The Sorcerer's Stone and then the Chamber of Secrets. Those were really fun games, and this one right here reminded me of that same joy.
they didn't, but they didn't care about the game. It's not about the game.
Yeah, I
Um,
know. But the thing is I didn't even notice the messaging all that much. I didn't notice it. That's the thing.
I don't think there was any messaging. I don't think they even played the game. All they want to say is rolling bad. That was the whole point.
I guess. Yeah, because like I enjoyed the game. I thought it was a really, really good game, and I
One
was
of
actually impressed with it.
one of the VTubers that played it got canceled was like asked him like have you even played the game or anything? It's like no, it's not about the game. It's about the people that made the game. So yeah,
VTubing needs to be banned.
be listen, leave my demons alone, okay? Leave my
No,
little demons
if you
alone.
don't, if you don't show your face and you want to live behind anonymity and profit from it, I have no interest in you being on the airwaves. Show
I
your face.
I don't think that is the correct way of looking at it. Okay, like my it's important to have anime girls just being anime girls. That's my
Oh
point.
my god. Okay, you're a little gooner. Let's not go into the
I have not.
degenerates.
No. I don't watch them, but I don't want them going either because they're funny when they get into drama. Just funny. They also make great animations for them. So, and the models are cool. It's a bunch of rigging.
It's all rigged. The gaming industry is completely shot, and that's the thing. Like people are making a push to try to get back at it, but like it's shot. Like I don't even really play games anymore, and even I know it's like I'm not really missing much.
Indie games are still cool. Like there are a
Yeah,
bunch
but
of
it's the
cool
only
games
thing.
out there.
Yeah, indie games are fantastic. That's the thing. But the thing is, it sucks is when you talk about the gaming industry, you're talking about AAA and AA. You're not really talking about
Okay,
indie. But
okay.
yeah, indie's been cooking. I won't deny that.
Yeah, it is true. I can agree with that. That makes sense. I mean,
Yeah, like the last really good game that I really enjoyed that I got sucked into that like it took me a while to get out of was Mountain Blade Bannerlord 2.
I'm gonna be honest. I liked the Stellar Blade a lot. It was a great
Stellar
game.
Blade was okay.
Fantastic game. So
Like I'm not a big fan of like Souls-like games, for instance. So while I thought the Black Myth Wukong looked pretty, and I thought Elden Ring looked great, I don't enjoy playing those games. They're not fun for me. They're boring. Same thing with Assassin's Creed. Assassin's Creed 1 and 2, first two games of my life that put me to sleep. Like
Assassin's Creed.
yeah, actually put me to sleep. Yes,
Ubisoft in general is kind of weird, you know.
Yeah, the last Ubisoft game that I truly enjoyed with a passion was Rainbow Six Vegas 2. That was the last one.
Bannerlord 2, that's a good game. It's a very interesting idea too. Like you go and they put you into this kind of kingdom and you have to get yourself up, become something.
Well, you're a nobody with nothing. You start off with literally nothing, and you have to make your own way. It's
Yeah.
and it's the whole thing is just designed to be your own self. Try to create your own army, or be a vassal in someone else's army. Make your own kingdom. It's all fantastic, and it comes from one of my favorite games, Mountain Blade Warband, which was the first game that I ever got into modding because it was such an easy game to just open the file and change whatever you wanted about it.
You guys ever play Rust?
I played
Yeah.
a little bit.
Man, that game had my heart, bro. I got like 1,000 hours in it.
The only problem I ever had with Rust is the same problem Tweaker was saying, that it's filled with a lot of people that just cheat.
Yeah.
So-
And a lot of toxic ass people too. That community.
Well, it's the toxic's okay.
Well. So okay,
Tweaker.
okay.
Tweaker.
I don't know if you guys have heard this story, right? But so they did a meet and greet with the devs of Face Punch at this coffee shop, and they had to cancel it because people were talking about we're gonna come there and strap C4 to the side of the walls and blow a hole in the side of this place because there was like a bomb threat because they were gonna go and raid the coffee shop. You know what I mean? And that's like, that is just peak fucking Rust community for me, man. That's hilarious.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think being toxic in a survival game is important because as someone who used to play a lot of Ark, for instance, and I don't mean for myself, I'm not very good at being toxic in those games because I'm not as
Tweaker.
good.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, I'm not as good at. No, I'm not as good as some of these.
No,
I'm
we
genuinely not.
know you're toxic, okay? It's fine.
No, genuinely, I've always been someone like, oh, let me be in a part of a guild, let me go grind for 12 hours, farming all these resources. That's always been me. But I'm someone that gets griefed very easy because I trust people. But if it wasn't for that idea in the game, I would get bored.
Okay. I don't know. I like cozy games too. Cozy games are cool.
Yeah, sure, but Rust isn't a cozy game. I'm talking about in survival games and those kinds of games, like where it's like you're
No,
open
yeah,
world.
I was going to the other side of the spectrum. Like,
Have you ever heard of Viva Pinata?
I think I have. Never played it.
Yeah, that was a
Too many
surprising
games.
game for me. It was a cozy game, like you just discussed, and it was today one of my top 10 favorite games of all time, still to this day. It's like a creature management simulator, but they're pinatas, and you have to like breed them and like, in a
Oh
weird
yeah,
way. It's a
I
cartoon
remember
kid
that.
game. It's for kids, but like, yeah, it was so much fun. It was a really, really well designed game.
It was for Nintendo, right? It was a Nintendo game, if I'm not mistaken.
No, I played it on an Xbox.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Why is it not
Yeah,
in
that was a
Steam?
fantastic
That's
game.
weird.
It's an old game. Old game. I mean, I played it on the original 360. I think I played it on the 360 for the second one. First and second one, actually. There's only two, but I think both of them were on the 360.
Yeah, with this kind of stuff, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Infamous
remember
and
this
Oblivion,
game.
that was good. Yeah, Viva Pinata was the crap, dude. It was so good. For a kid's game or a cozy game, however you want to look at it, it was a ton of fun. Yeah,
I think one of my
that's the
favorite
original. And number 2 was way more in depth. Number 2 was I would even say that it might be a little bit better, but the first one is just it's just one of those things that hit you in the feels if you played it back then. Kind of like a Beautiful Katamari or Katamari Damacy, whichever version you played. If you ever played either one of them, where you take the little ball and you roll up the stars.
All right, boys, I got a question. Final Fantasy 7 or Final Fantasy 8?
7.
I would
I don't
say
even need you to finish the sentence. I didn't even need you to finish the sentence. There's not another Final Fantasy better.
6. 6 is
And
better.
7?
I don't know. Six
Is
and
better.
7, I'd say, are 6 and 7 are neck and neck for me.
Didn't that have like the Kafka-esque guy in it? Final
Yes.
Fantasy 6?
6
Yeah.
has
Yeah.
Kafka in it.
Yeah.
It's amazing. And they have one of the greatest songs too with the ending. What is
Final Fantasy was one of the greatest
Dancing Mad.
greatest game whatever, what are they called, sequel, what are they called, series, one of the greatest game series ever to completely screw themselves out of a game series.
Well, dude, you know what's crazy? Like, so I played all the way up until 10-2, and 10-2 was kind of the break where it was like,
Yeah.
you know, they literally released that just because they had, you know, some like attractive looking character models in skimpy clothes, and that was it. Which there's nothing necessarily wrong with that, but it kind of broke from their tradition of having like really in-depth storylines, really engaging gameplay, quest lines, things like that. Where in like with 10-2, it kind of became this like, oh well, you're just some hot chicks beating the hell out of people, right?
Well, it's
And-
also
and-
the 10 is the problem. 10-2 was just like this thing they tried to throw out there, and 10 was like they had a full game within a game with that blitzball crap. It was like an entire game inside of a game, dude.
Dude, I
The-
spent so much time playing Blitzball.
I know.
My big problem with 10-2 is the name. I hate the name. It's so it's so bad.
Based, yeah, that's.
Oh, they should have named it something completely different. Have you
Didn't they
played
do the
Ratchet
same
and
with
Clank
12?
or
Yeah.
Earthworm Jim?
Yeah, Ratchet and Clank was
Oh,
based.
Earthworm Jim was so much better.
Yeah, Earthworm Jim was good too.
Super Nintendo, baby, let's go.
That was the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God, as soon as you said Ratchet and Clank, I was like, I wasn't no PlayStation nerd. What are you talking about? Then you said
I
Earthworm
was.
Jim. I was like, let's go.
I was a PlayStation 1 nerd, dude. Grand Theft Auto 2, man,
I couldn't afford it.
Oh,
I sunk so well. I mean, dude, I got a PlayStation 1 when the PlayStation 2 had been out. You know what I mean? My family was poor as shit growing up, so
Yeah.
like, I had to get the like $100 PlayStation 1 when the $500-$600 PlayStation 2 had come out. You know what I mean?
I had to choose, so I
Yeah.
chose the Xbox all the way throughout, and then
Fair.
later on, I finally got a GameCube and a couple other things here and there. You know, my parents tried to get me games consoles at least, you know, because that's really the only thing I asked for. And so I played a lot of things, but PlayStation, I always had a friend that I'd go over to his house if I wanted to play, because he had the PS1 and the PS2 and had the others. So we'd swap
Yeah.
between houses when we wanted to play one or the other.
Dude, Xbox was legendary, bro. I mean,
Yeah.
on Xbox you had what? Halo, you
That was
had
a lot.
Call of Duties,
Yep.
you had
Shit,
What
the
else?
original on the original Xbox, one that a lot of people don't even think about is that Munch's Oddworld Odyssey or whatever.
I was just about to say Oddworld, dude. Yeah, dude,
that
Oddworld was
game
great, bro.
So good.
what do you guys think
Yeah.
of the new prices from the consoles? Are you
Well, I mean, if you
really?
actually go back and look at how expensive new games were for like the Nintendo 64 and stuff, they're not that much cheaper than where they were 8 years ago.
Well,
Like,
that's
I mean, I think a Nintendo 64 was like 50 something bucks.
yeah, that's true. I mean, right now the gaming companies want to put the AAA games at about 80. and people are
Yeah.
saying that the 25 out of 6 is going to be 100. But a lot of the reason why they were like, oh, don't worry about it, like, go to digital. Digital is going to be fine. Digital this, digital that, is because they were supposed to be cheaper, right?
And it wasn't. And then they just wanted to make it so we didn't own it. They wanted to be able to pull the license from us.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. They just wanted to put the licensing. Did you see the initiative for Stop
Oh,
Killing
I saw that.
Games?
Of course I did. Of course I watched Thor completely botch it. Of course I did. Of course I did.
I've been watching the
And I
Thor
love Thor.
controversy. I
love
don't.
Thor. No, I love Thor as an entertainer, and I think he can be a nice guy. I just think he's retarded. I just think he's retarded.
Hey, let's restart it, okay? I think he's
Wait,
restarted.
that's not a TOS.
I'm sure it is a TOS.
No, it's
I'm
not.
even
Yeah,
sure.
it's not a TOS. It's not. I know it's not.
Oh god, but it is. The Thor controversy is so. It's
bad.
No, it's amazing. It's great.
No, because it comes right off, dude. It comes off, dude. You knew this is like the third controversy back to back to back that he's been in like the last 5 months, right?
Well, it all happened. Thor is his name is Jason, whatever. This guy is name in the he's known as Pirate Gaming. He became
Yeah, I
like a
know.
big thing 2 years ago because he made a bunch of shorts and they just started popping off. And he became like kind of relevant in the gaming industry because he's been saying that he's not been saying, he
Blizzard.
actually worked for Blizzard.
Yeah.
And he's been using like, oh, I work for Blizzard and now I have my indie game company and I have this and I have that. He releases a game that's called Hardbound.
I know, I saw it.
And it's been 8 years, he hasn't finished the game. People started like going through his code to figure out if he was a good coder or not. He's been in so many controversies as of late that the drama is just amazing.
The OnlyFans drama. I don't
The
know if you know about that
OnlyFans,
one.
of course I know the OnlyFans drama.
Yeah. That
Okay.
was
The
really
only
fun.
thing I know about him is the WoW drama that he got into.
Yeah, that's the
recently.
only.
That-
That's what I'm
yeah.
talking about. The OnlyFans. That's
What do-
OnlyFans.
What do you think about that, lower class? If you are with a bunch of dummies in a dungeon, are you like, should you, as the employee of the month of Blizzard, save them?
Okay, stop. Okay, I watched the entire thing from every angle. Anyone that actually blamed Thor is a mental is mentally inept. Now, there were a couple other dungeons where he kind of did some stupid stuff to his team, but in that specific instance, the people that did all the dumb stuff kept pulling extra mobs. They kept doing all kinds of other really stupid stuff to get themselves caught up. There wasn't really much Thor could do there other than die for his team. Like, I don't know. I think hardcores are really stupid.
He was
to run.
told to back out
Yeah,
too.
yeah, but it doesn't matter. He was the veteran. He knows the game. He knows the dungeon. He knows what's going on. He knows what's going to happen.
There's a lot
But
of
the problem.
there's a
Here's the
lot of
problem.
veteran
They have-
mages. Wait. There's a lot
Yes,
of veteran
well,
mages that went on and said that he didn't even play the best. Okay?
It doesn't matter about playing the best. The problem is the way. Here's the real problem for me: is when you start shifting and passing off raid leader to different people, and this is what I believe happened wrong. I don't think that someone that doesn't know how to capitalize or get people out of a situation that's going to end badly and do it the right way. Here's the problem. You can't call for someone to run and then tell people to come back and fight. That right there is the dumbest thing. No one's going to listen to that. That's something. I don't even play WoW anymore. I haven't played for many, many years, but I've watched this, and I know that people, when they're told to run, they're not coming back. They're not coming back to die for whatever fight you're trying to pick. So
I'm gonna
think,
be honest. Usually when you're in that situation, you have to leave the dungeon. Usually when you say run, it's not. The idea is not every man for itself. The idea is
No, of course not.
You have you find solutions to get everybody out. That's usually what happens.
But do you not see the people like the rogue that kept jumping back and forth, the one guy that caught the other pack of mobs and brought them forward? They were all doing extra stupid stuff
I
that
agree.
made it worse and worse and worse, so it's not on Thor. Now, had none of that happened, had
Listen.
they not done all the jumping and luring, I would agree with you and say that it's Thor's fault. He should have made sure that didn't happen.
I would usually agree with you. Not like 90%. I'm 90% there. Okay, this is the only problem. This is the moment I think he is
Okay.
responsible for that controversy.
Okay.
All he had to do was being like show empathy for the people that die and be like, oh
Okay, you're
yeah,
right. You're right.
it
You're right.
sucks.
You're right.
This you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and try to help you level up, or like,
So
damn man,
Emmett,
that
Emmett,
was such a fuck up situation, etc. Yeah.
Emmett, I had maybe what 40 people watching. Maybe I don't even know how many people. It wasn't that many people watching me debate Ryan. Okay, I'm a very confident person. I know I'm smarter than Ryan. I was so nervous about it, I couldn't even think straight. Okay, so if someone had said, "Hey, you did wrong at this," I would have probably jumped down their throat. Now, with that being said, when you have thousands of people watching you, and as well as thousands of people watching between all the people that are streaming there and all the people that are against you, it's very easy for you to feel backed into a corner and lash out. So
I
what I
don't.
will say is,
I,
while I agree with what you're saying, the sentiment that he should have been more empathetic, I understand that it's hard when you have this dude that's speaking with a harsh accent yelling at you when he actually did extra stupid stuff to make it worse. So I think that the big problem for me is that I would have a hard time severing that emotional tie between that person and then just accepting the fact that I should probably show some kind of like, empathy, as you just said, for the other people. The problem was one guy, in my opinion. That one guy, the rogue, that one guy running his mouth was the real problem. Had he shut his mouth, I guarantee you Thor would have shown some empathy. I'm willing to stake my dog on it.
no. Okay, I disagree with these 100%. We can go over it. It's not that important. But listen, Mister, I work at Blizzard for 14 years. Should have known
What
that.
does that have to do with anything?
And
Can you explain how that has anything to do with any of this? Because I hope you know that that's more of a meme for really unintelligent people to insult him. Because I've actually paid attention. I'm not a supporter. I don't pay him money. I don't watch him all the time. Actually, I haven't watched him in a long time. But like the reality is he's not this guy that's using that to defend anything. People, it's kind of one of those things. It's
yeah, I
like
know.
if you have a parent that's like a principal or something, and you mention that one time, everyone's like,
I'm
oh, he's the principal's kid. He's gonna get you in trouble. Like
listen.
it's kind of that like they made that up. They
Okay,
made that up. He didn't use that.
okay, listen to me. The point that I'm making is that the the only reason why he even has all the controversies is because he couldn't. This guy was wrong. Okay, I'm not saying he was right. He was actually the guy that got the boss to attack them, right? I saw the breakdown by Asmongold, and he went in detail about why everyone else was wrong. And then
Too.
the only moment when Asmongold says like, "Oh well, yeah, they all were wrong, but he could just have been a bit nicer about it, and everything would have
Yeah,
gone under."
I agree. I saw the
And
same thing.
he
Yeah.
didn't. And then when people were like, "Dude, just stop. Be a like, calm down 2 seconds out of your fucking cloud, down to earth, and be like, oh my god, well, yeah, fucked up. It's fine.
Eh,
Like, I
Emmett,
I will try to do this better." That would have saved everything. And now he's like in 4 different controversies. He's being called like the Blizzard employee of the month because just people dislike him. Yeah, it's funny. I have to say this, Mr. Fista, smarter than Ryan, simply impossible. And I will agree with that. Like, who can beat Ryan at anything? It's like, you know.
dude, I'm just sorry that it's so funny. 'Cause did you see the video with Tyler 13 or Tyler whatever his name is? I forget. Tyler, I forget his number, but in the call between Tyler, him,
Tyler
and
won.
Yamoto, yeah, Tyler won, Yamoto, and
Yeah.
Thor. Okay,
Oh
did you ever expect to sit there and watch Tyler One be the voice of reason ever? Did you ever
no.
think you would ever see that?
That is some of the worst entertainment I've ever seen. It's like, yeah, oof. It's like what,
Oh,
you know how it was. It would be like watching Ryan trying to teach Jay Dyer the transcendental argument.
oh my
That's
God.
that's how I would
Oh
feel.
my God. That is a very good analogy, Emmett. That is very good.
Oh no.
Oh man. Oh man.
Mr. Fista. Yeah, but I will say this, and he has this coming. How can you raise $20,000, say that you're gonna make a game, say that you're 90% done with the game for 4 years and still haven't released the game.
Plead the fifth. That's it. That's indefensible. That's indefensible. See, here's the thing. I'll defend him on a lot of those other dramas, but that one, you know what? Hey, have at him. Tear him to shreds. Go for it.
I just don't have a way to say that he's doing, like, there's no way that you can do that. I've seen games that have done something similar, and they usually have development hell stores and stuff like that. But these thing, like, he quit his job to to make the game. And it's not even. There's a lot of people saying that it's a really bad game. It doesn't look like a really bad game. It's a bit cringy, I guess, but the whole problem of it is that we don't even know. We don't even know. Anyway, from now on, Ryan is gonna be a punishable offense in chat. If you mention his ass, I'm gonna have to ban you. Nah, I'm kidding. Nah, I'm kidding.
Yeah, I'm hearing a lot of Ryan hate that's different than the normal Ryan hate, so I'm just kind of curious.
Oh, he's just been it's the same thing. It's the same. He the other day I went on with Abe and we had him on for like 20 minutes. And since we were just goofing around and having fun, he decided that was not his style. He couldn't be seen with us having fun and laughing and stuff, so he just left.
Yeah, he's a little bitch, dude.
Well, I mean, I want to give him the benefit of the doubt. Again, there's a reason why I wanted him to be my first debate, because I knew it would be easy to win, just in the public eye, either way. But I knew that for the most part, that he wouldn't quit, and that's one of the reasons why I wanted to do it to begin with. So hearing that he's kind of become a quitter is kind of disheartening.
Oh yeah, dude. I have a debate scheduled with him soon on Jess's
Oh Lord,
channel.
good luck.
Good luck with that.
No, it's was there a party switch?
Okay.
Oh God, good luck.
Dude, I'm gonna smoke the fuck.
It's not about smoking him. It's gonna be the most redundant argument ever against a liberal to argue whether or not there's been a party switch. I've been watching so many people debate that topic. Ugh.
Yeah, no, I mean but I there wasn't one, and it's easy.
Okay, let me get dibs on next. I'll argue Ryan's argument better than him. I'll argue his argument better.
That makes sense. That's a good one.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do? Argue?
I mean, I could have
Ryan's-
argued pro-life better than him. I was sitting there thinking to myself, I was like, what are you doing, Ryan? There's so many things that you can say right now. You're just
You
trying
mean
to go for like
pro-choice,
the low.
right?
You're right. Thank you.
Yeah.
I said the wrong thing. I worked all day. I'm tired. Correct. I'm pro-life. Sorry.
Okay. Yeah. Well, now that I'm seeing K2 in chat, I have to ask you this, Tweaker. Did you like that?
When my nuts went across your chin?
Did you like that?
When I put my nuts across your chin? Absolutely.
No, it never happened. Why you have to make it weird, Tweaker? Now I have to kick you.
Well, did I like what? Okay, did I like what?
just the phrase. We went to. Okay, I'm gonna tell you the story real quick. When in Nabe's chat, and in the panel with him, and K2 just came into the panel, and he was trying to say something, but all we heard was, "Did you like that?" And then he like got muted and didn't say anything for a while. And then we're like what? And he like mutes himself for like a second, and we hear the same thing. Did you like that?
Oh my God.
We didn't know. What was that about? It was funny. So now whenever
Yeah, Duck won't debate me, Scott. He's afraid. I even tried to make Paige my debate partner and get her to reach out, and she couldn't even get a response from him either. He's not really trying to debate someone that's gonna make him look.
But I don't
silly.
think he's gonna. I don't think that he's gonna debate.
Well,
Anyway,
apparently
this
he
is.
hasn't accepted this debate with me yet, so that's what Are We Not Men and Jess are trying to get him to commit to, and he hasn't accepted it. He doesn't
Yeah,
like
we're-
debating. Every
We are
time
not
me and him
men.
debate, unless I'm fucking trashed, he like freaks out and starts talking to other people and
You
won't
talking
answer
about
my
Ryan?
questions. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we are not men's never gonna make him do anything.
Anyway, so let's move on from this debate Pannerverse thing. Let's go back
Yeah.
to the actual topic. Let's
Gaming,
go back to the gaming part.
Yeah.
critical gaming.
Yeah. Um, one of the thing there's a game that I want to shout out. It's a very interesting game. It's called. I'm gonna put it on the channel. Put it here. Anyway, I'm gonna move myself around for a moment. So there's this game that's called The Last Generation, Cataclysm: The Last Generation, and it's pretty much Cataclysm: Dark Days Ahead, but it's like a mod. It's a fork, and you can play. And it's $5. The fork seems kind of cool. There's a lot of there's people working on it, and they're saying that they're gonna expand it and do all the different things. It's a little bit back to the roots of Cataclysm instead of whatever they're doing right now, because they've been changing the game so much lately. And I thought I can just shut it out for a moment and say, hey, this is pretty awesome. If you wanna support this person, it's gonna be cool. I recommend it if you like survival games that are so complex that your brain hurts after trying it for a couple of hours.
Yeah, dude, plug it. Sounds good to me.
Yeah.
I've got Project Zomboid if I want to play something that looks like that.
Project Zomboid is based on that game.
Yeah, I like Project Zomboid a lot.
I'll put it there so if people wanna check it out.
I'd like to play Project Zomboid with a group. That's the reason
Yeah.
I quit playing Rust, is because I just didn't have a group to play with anymore. Everyone I
agree.
used to play with quit. You know, that game's fantastic when you have a group, but alone.
A lot of games are
solo-
like that.
Project Zomboid, like Cataclysm and Project Zomboid, are some of the greatest games that I think have ever been created. One of the things I wanted to do when I started my game development journey. That sounds so leftist. You. One of the things I want to do is create a zombie game where you go out, like, rescue people, and the people you rescue, you get them into your camp, and they start like doing things to help you get like better rates or get other stuff from the rates. And I was thinking about doing it multiplayer in a kind of low poly sense, but I need a good programmer for that. I need a very good programmer. So it's gonna be for a later on thing, maybe.
Yeah, it sounds interesting. It's weird to talk about games when I haven't played them in so long.
Well, we're talking about the industry too. Like,
Yeah,
we can talk about
industry
things.
fascinating.
The
I mean, I can talk about games all day.
The industry is like, as a developer, it is bad. As a developer,
As a
like, you think
consumer, it's
about
bad.
it's no. I think as a consumer is better because you have a lot of options and you can pretty much get whatever you want, and it's not
Yeah,
that
but most
hard.
options are trash these days.
But you have
you don't own
you
any
have
of it.
old options. You have a lot of options, and like even old options. You know.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is the options aren't good anymore because they're either underfunded, underproduced, or oversaturated with messaging that has nothing to do with the game. Like, you have a couple that are good. I'm not saying there's zero, but before, like when we used to get 10 titles, 12 titles a year that were just really, really good, now we're getting maybe one, maybe two.
If that, yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
It's just not what it used to be. It used to, and now again, if you're accounting for indie games, you can't really account for those because that's just somebody like essentially making that in their basement. Not quite literally, but you get my point here. It's
What-
more of an idea that it's not this giant company or corporation that's overfunded that should be able to produce something equivalent to Halo 2, but they can't even produce anything like Halo Reach for My Balls, which I know some people liked, but I thought it was garbage.
Okay, so you're making the difference between. I'm talking about the industry in general, and you're making the difference between AA and AAA and like the indie, right?
Yeah, and the games are bad. So what I'm saying is that if the games are bad, then the industry as a whole, even if it's bad for developers, it's still also bad for consumers because the products that are coming out are not what they used to be.
Okay, I can agree with that. In the AAA and the AA industry, I think they have there's big problems with them. There are a couple of examples of good AA games. I think Expedition 33 is a very good game. It came out. It's
Yes,
a
I
AA
agree.
game. There's another one. It's called. Stellar Blade is a AAA game that it's really good, and it came out like it overcame a bunch of controversies so that it could come out, and they're making two, which thank God because it deserves a two.
Well, let me
Uh,
pose this to you, okay? When you're talking about legislation or regulation or things when it comes to the gaming industry, using Pal Worlds and Pokemon as an example,
yeah.
indie games don't matter. They don't matter, and that indie game Pal Worlds, for instance, as big as it was and as popular as it was, is a prime example of why. So when the actual laws and all the regulation go around just involve simply about video games, it doesn't make sense that you're thinking that they're all being made for all, but they're only being made for the top 1% that nobody's liking.
Well, I don't think like if you're talking about Pal World specifically, I think the problem is for Pal World is that it was a Japanese company, and Nintendo got mad. So at that
No, but
point,
that's what
there's
I'm
nothing you
saying.
can
So
do.
what I'm no, yeah, but that's what I'm saying. So all the ways that they have ways of shutting other companies down and bullshit, like bullshit IPs and things that they can say that they have, it wouldn't happen in the reverse. If Power Worlds came first and it wasn't as big as Pokemon, for instance, and Pokemon was bigger, Pokemon would still win that battle because the only thing that the regulations are caring about are the top 1%. So the AAA games. So if the AAA games are bad, the entire industry as a whole is bad because that's what the basis for consumers is based off of. They don't base it based on the indie games. Do you understand where I'm coming from?
Yeah,
Like
I
it's
know
only
what you
really
mean.
regulating based on them.
I understand what you're saying. The only caveat I do make a difference between indie games, AA and AAA games. I think they're different, and there is and and the reason why they're different is what you're expecting from the market. So in the past, I think that if you were an indie developer, you could have an actual market share. The competition wasn't as big as it is right now, and there were people that will probably get to your game at some point. But right now, the competition in the indie for indie games is huge. Like you cannot release. You have to be really good and have a good marketing campaign and have a good idea of what you're doing to get a game rolling to the point that you can make something out of it. If you don't do that, you're done. You're done. So
Yeah. Well, I
like
mean, again, like I'm not disagreeing with like indie games are nice, and there's great indie games. It's just if we're talking about the industry as a whole and how it is for consumers, consumers have to hope that an indie game can come out with an idea that's not going to be tried to take down by a AAA developer. Which
yeah.
these AAA developers are supposed to be our quote unquote gods of the industry that create the best of the best of the best, and now they're creating mostly
Well,
worse than indie games.
Schedule
Yeah,
One
and
is
indie
like a.
games are.
Sorry, I was just gonna say that Schedule One is like one of those things. Like they
Oh
make the
yeah,
game. It's a really good game. They they sold a
they got sued.
bunch. Like they're making a lot of money, by the way, with that.
They also got sued.
By whom?
I forget the company that did it, but they got sued because of their mechanics of selling products. That was
Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. Oh, I actually looked into this real deep because I played the fuck out of Schedule One.
me too.
So what it was is it was the publishing company of Drug Dealer Simulator that was
Oh, yeah,
investigating
yeah, yeah.
whether there could be any reason for them to sue them. So there was no lawsuit and they didn't get sued, but it was a fucking PR nightmare for both companies because there were
Yeah.
people who were review bombing Drug Dealer Simulator, and
Hmm.
from what the devs of Drug Dealer Simulator said, they actually had nothing to do with any of that. It was it was specifically the publishing company, and all they said was they were investigating whether or not they could sue them. So it kind of destroyed Drug Dealer Simulator, which I never played that game, but Schedule 1 was better anyway, so fuck.
It seems that they spend a little bit more money on Drug Dealer Simulator, but my God, we're so close to TOS with that that topic.
And that's why I said selling products. I was trying to be careful with that.
Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah.
No, I just wasn't sure.
Yeah, I don't think there's a problem with saying the word. It's just a little.
I think it's just the way you use it in context, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the same thing with saying like schmurder, right? Like you can say
Yeah.
that word, but if you say it in the context of like, you know, promoting it or talking up about it, like talking about it in a positive light, then it's TOS.
Yeah, it is true. Listen, it's
unless
like
it's
this.
about a
Oh my God.
it's about a Republican candidate.
Well, if your name starts with an H and ends with Asan, then you
Oh
can
my
do whatever
God.
you want.
Yeah, quite
Here's
literally.
Japan, though, bro.
Oh, that dude makes me sick. He makes me so
You
sick.
know?
Yeah,
He's just cradling Dan Clancy's sack, man. That's all that's happening.
If
I'd
are
rather watch 1,000 hours of Destiny than watch 100 hours of Hassan.
true, that's true. I mean,
Depends on what though, you know, like anything else is actually pretty entertaining. I'm not gonna lie. I haven't watched it in a while.
Whenever I watched Destiny and he had like a debate with a lefty, it was one of the best debates I've ever watched. It was funny. He always found a way to make them lose their mind.
Yeah.
It's all of the other stuff that makes it, you know.
It's everything else about him. This one thing is pretty cool, but everything else is just deplorable.
It's everything else about whenever he has like drama streams. The dramas are pretty awesome too. The jokes he makes are awesome. It's really funny. It's everything else. It's him that's the problem.
If he wasn't such a friggin' Coomer Jagoff, dude, he'd be alright.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, it's okay. I can't really judge him. I'm over here, like, gooning over leftist women thinking that I can change them.
Yeah, bro. No. I mean, that dude literally goes down on men and talks
Yeah, I
about
get it.
how, like, I get it. He's a fucking degenerate.
No, you can't.
I know. But see, here's the thing. Okay, if I'm going to consider myself a Christian, I can't say that his sins are worse than mine, right?
Yes, you can. What do you mean?
Shut up. I'm trying to be nice, damn it. I'm trying to be nice.
Listen here, boy. There's a difference between you trying to not sin and him being like, oh, it's based to be a degenerate, okay?
He's just
That's the
gross.
difference.
Like, crazy, dude.
Yeah, I said it in the chat, but I guess I'll say it here. He pisses people off in debates after his boyfriend pisses on him.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he's better to be pissed on and pissed off.
Alright, we're gonna be winding down the stream at this point. I want to take off the suit.
It was just getting good.
So it was just getting good. So Tweaker, do you have a channel or anything? Is there any place where we will find you on?
It's just my name with an underscore in between it. Eventually I'll stream. It's more so just switch to a new job, so I've been really busy.
Okay, so
I think everyone here knows who I am at this point.
no, we know who you are. I was just trying to see if you had like a channel or something that I
It's
could...
just this. Yeah, this one is I streamed our debate, and that was the only thing I've streamed on here so far. I plan on it. I plan on actually streaming TikTok invasions. Is probably what I might do.
And
have a
lower class, we all know your channel because you're super fun. But if you wanna, I'll
We all
just,
came from you.
yeah, I'll just
Yeah,
come.
yeah, I'm lower class. You can find me behind your local 7-Eleven digging through the trash can.
Can we make a simulator for that? Can we make the lower class simulator?
Lower class simulator, that'd be great, dude. Just let,
Oh,
let,
wait,
let,
wait.
let, let me get some good stuff in there for you.
Can
bro.
we start? Wait, no. Can we start from the beginning though? I want to experience that part.
Oh man, the whole life story, man, that's crazy.
Yeah, I want the degenerate version first. Yeah, we get the lower class, and then we have the lower class degen edition. You have to pay for that, you know.
Yeah, the
Well,
prequel.
being honest, if I release that part of the story, Kinetic Kel is gonna go ahead and try to find it and bang the game. So we have to be
I
careful.
mean, hey, just put me in it. Just put me in it. I'll take
No.
team. Absolutely, dude. You have no idea. Oh, 100%. I can change her. I'm telling you right now. I can bring
Get
her
it,
over.
dude. If you're willing to go into California for that shit, by all means, bro.
No,
Salute.
screw that. She's got to leave there. I'm not going to California. Ever.
Fair. Yeah, same, dude. Same.
Now, the way that I see it, I got 2 kids here. I'm never leaving here. It's never happening.
Based.
If you
West
can
Coast
send me
stuff.
your channel lower class, that will be great because I can't find it.
Oh yeah. Yeah. YouTube's probably trying to hide me because.
How dare you talk about God? It's
I know, dude. Yeah. YouTube is not friendly to God.
How
YouTube's not friendly
dare
to
you.
anyone that's not left.
That's why I'm gonna say that my name is Emmett and I am a leftist and
Oh, God's striking you down in 3, 2.
that is
Yo,
exactly
guys,
why.
like and sub.
No,
like
K2,
and
I'll
sub.
fix her. You're not man enough, dude. Sorry.
I'm
How
not-
many subs did you get from this, brother?
I got a couple.
I
Some-
subbed to him. I hadn't been subbed yet, so yeah.
So did I. Yeah.
I'll check my statistics lately, but I'm happy that I got 5 people. Like that's a really good number, considering that's my first stream and I've never done this.
Yeah, dude. The
Yeah,
getter
it's a
rate had
building
about
thing.
9 earlier, so I'm happy with that.
Yeah, you were at 9 at one point, yeah.
And
Dude, for your first
yeah.
stream, that's great, bro. My first stream, I think I had 2 people tops the entire time. So, right
Yeah,
on you, bro.
no one watched mine until after someone liked it and commented, and that was it.
Yeah, I'll
They
probably
didn't
do. I'll probably do a yeah. That's good. That's a good amount. I want to do it 2 hours. I think 2 hours is pretty good. Clip it.
There you
What?
go.
They want to fix Kel. This is
Oh,
this
yeah,
is
I
the
definitely
fix it. I'll make a. You know what we're gonna do? This is our second stream. I'm gonna do it sometime. I'll invite you. I'll invite you lower class and Tweaker if you want to come. And we're gonna do. We're gonna try to get a game idea of how the lower class simulator fixing Cal edition is gonna go. Okay, that's the
Lower
idea.
class fixing Kel.
It's lower
I'm gonna
class
be living off the
simulator
rich ass
fixing
parents,
Cal
bro.
edition.
I'm gonna be living off of her Twitch money. That's
Wait, that's right. I should probably go find her on Twitch.
yeah.
It's the same name. You can find her.
Yeah, I should probably sign in. I don't use
You're gonna, the first comment is gonna be, "I can fix you."
Exactly.
Well, I actually interacted with her earlier today through Grid 1 stream because he had her on the screen and she was watching on her way back from whatever.
Do we have to make like a ring in the inside of the game?
She knows I want to fix her already, so that's already been said.
Do we have no way? K2 is saying that he can fix her too. So do we have to make like a fighting simulator inside of the game so that all of the people that want to fix her just can fight each other?
I mean, what's the point of that? We're in a debate space. We just debate for it.
Oh, you're gonna
Got an
debate
easy-
for it?
I've got an easy dump here.
This could be like Scott Pilgrim, dude. Like,
Scott Pilgrim, Kel's. It's gonna be Kel Pilgrim.
yeah.
I can
exactly,
fix her.
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh man.
He's gonna be fighting all my junkie exes, dude. For
Oh my
for my heart, so she can pay for me to live.
Oh my god.
Soon
Well,
I'll
she is
be.
a hardworking capitalist leftist. It's very weird to say out loud.
I will go ahead and say that soon I will be releasing a webcomic. I can give you a small look at it.
Is it gonna be called I Can Fix Her?
No, it's called Glowy Agent L.
Oh, okay. Well, It's okay. I was hoping for I Can Fix Her, but you know.
You can't fix everyone, you know. There's some people that are unfixable.
Yeah, like Pixie and Not So Erudite. They've been tainted by the destiny.
But well, the problem is, are you gonna risk it? Are you gonna risk the gremlin?
Oh no, that's what I'm saying. They've been tainted. They're used no good.
Yeah, dude, crazy. I didn't know Erudite
Yeah.
slept with Destiny. Now I'm gonna ask YouTube to stop recommending her channel.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not
no,
even sub to her, dude. I watched one video where she was talking about the mango thing, where he was at that party and he was really drunk, and that dude Ludwig was kind of like feeding him alcohol the whole time and then chastising him
Ludwig's a
for being
bitch.
drunk. Yeah, and it was like I watched that and I was like, oh, like this chick actually understands like addiction and stuff, and it was a former addiction counselor or whatever. So listening to her, I was like, oh shit, she's kind of based and she's pretty. Like holy, but like knowing she screwed Destiny, it's like, man, that's like -7 no matter who you are. You know what I mean? You could be a 10 and that's still -7.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and shout out K2 again, and it's like, step 1 to fix Cal is to get a belt, so that's gonna be our first quest in lower class simulator,
Hey,
fixing
I
Cal
got
edition.
I got an alternate
Nice.
route that I'm gonna take. I'm gonna skip the belt.
Oh, you're gonna go
I'll use
ahead.
that later on. I'll get
Let-
that later on when we're in the
We
bedroom.
can save that for the game concepts of the game, okay? So
Yeah, you just use that to wrap around her neck and pull from behind.
No, see, I was gonna say, if you go back in time, the belt is how you fix her. You know what I mean?
Anyway, thank you so much, both of you, for being on. I'm gonna go ahead and end the call, so nobody was gonna see you. If you want to say something real quick, go ahead, Basic Tweaker.
I Can Fix Her.
Go ahead, lower class.
Hey, Emmett, great stream, bro. It's a pleasure being part of your first one, man. Thanks for inviting me.
Hey, awesome. Thank you for coming and for being part of it.
Of course, man. You guys have a great night, all right?
Have a great one. Oh Lord, and now I am alone. Oh, this is not it. Perfect. So, thank you everyone for being part of the stream and for being here. If you can, give it a like, give it a sub. I'll be doing this thing. I'll be hoping on that message lower class and base streaker to see when they have some time, and we're gonna go ahead and actually do like a stream where we're gonna figure out how to make a game called Lower Class Simulator Fixing Cal Edition. And with that, thank you all for coming. I hope I'm wrong and we get those games before, but I can assure you both that neither the DLC for Katana nor Silksong are going to be released this year. Hopefully next year.